Well, hello everyone. So this is a pair of wedge heel shoes I decided to do and design for myself to go with the Tweety handbag that I did. I showed you the handbag already. So this is the picture of the handbag. I'll refresh your memory on what the handbag looked like. So this is the handbag. And this is the wedge heel shoes before I did anything to them at all. As you can see, they are closed toe wedge heel shoes. And I decided to make these shoes open toe, so this is what I actually did to make them open toe. I did like a little short video on what I did to the shoe to make them open toe. I did a video a while ago of some shoes that I designed for myself, and this pair is also for myself as well. But I did a video a while ago on some red shoes that I did, like some red heel platform shoes that I did that I actually made open toe when I added a 3D bow on the shoe. And I mentioned in the video, of course I show pictures of before and after, and I mentioned in the video that I made the shoes, actually made the shoes open toe because I didn't want them closed, so I wanted my toes to be out in the shoes. So I purchased this pair of wedge heel shoes. I'm not going to show you the entire shoe yet. Basically the first part of the video is just going to show you how I actually made the shoes open toe. And I think I'll just go ahead and do the full video and show you the end results of the shoes after I put the bling and all that on them as well. So this is the shoe that I'm not complete with the shoe because I'm going to add crystals on the shoe. But I am complete with doing the open toe part of this shoe pretty much. So this is what the one that I've done. I've made open toe as soon as I get an angle. Focus. Okay, here we go. So this is the shoe that I've made open toe, and I'm going to add crystals around this area, and I'm also going to add crystals on the toe that you see right here at the very tip. If I can get my camera focused, there we go. I'm going to add crystals right at the edge of this all the way around. You won't see any of this basically. Because I'm going to add crystals. But this is the shoe that I've actually complete doing all the steps other than adding the crystals onto it. So this is the wedge heel shoe that I'm actually going to cut the toe out. Like I said, I'm not going to show you the complete shoe yet because I'm not completely finished with it. I've got some bling on the shoe, but not all. But this video is part of the video is basically to show you how I cut it out. So the tools that I actually used to get my shoe from this to this was I used a box cutter. And you want to be extremely careful with this because it's extremely sharp. So you want to be careful with using this. And I'm also going to be using some scissors that I have. I have a piece of leopard fabric. This is the fabric that I actually added at the toe of my shoe. This is optional. You don't have to do this, but I decided to add it on there. And I'm also going to be using a hot glue gun as well. I'm going to be using just a regular emery board. And I'm also going to be using this brown t-shirt paint. And I purchased this you can get it at Walmart. You also can purchase it at any fabric store, Joann's Fabric, Hancock Fabric, either one of those stores. And I got it brown. That was basically almost the color of my shoe. And basically all I did was use a little bit of this because this part of the shoe was white right here at the tip end of it. It was actually white in this area. And I just added just a little bit of this right around the very edge of the shoe so it won't show it's white. It'll look brown, basically the same color of the shoe. And it won't be seen at all, actually, unless somebody pick your shoe up and put it right in front of their face. That's the only way you'll be able to see it. But basically, it won't be seen at all. But I just wanted to add that on there as well. So, the first part, I'm going to put this shoe down for a second, out of the way. And I'm going to focus on this shoe. So, the first thing you want to do is take your box cutter. And you want to cut out. You can see I've already drawn the area that I want to cut out of the shoe. So basically you want to take your box cutter and you just want to cut into it. So the first thing I did was I just pretty much just started anywhere. And I pretty much just pushed in. And with a box cutter it's really sharp, so it's really easy to cut through a shoe actually with this. It's not difficult, it's not hard or anything. So basically all I'm going to do is you're going to push in here. And you can see that the box cutter went straight through the shoe. And basically I'm just going to follow the line of the shoe really slowly and carefully. And I'm trying to do this. It's really difficult to do this on camera because I normally hold the shoe when I'm doing it. And I'm trying to stay in focus so you can see what I'm doing at the same time. So it's kind of difficult to film this video. But basically you want to take your time and just cut along the line of the shoe. And when I get to the very edge, I like to work the blade down flat with the shoe on the inside. And you want to do the same thing on the opposite side. You still can see what I'm doing. I have to turn the shoe a little bit to see the line on the shoe. And like I said, basically all I'm doing is taking my time, doing it extremely slow, and cutting through the shoe. And following the line pretty much that I draw on there. And when you're doing this, cutting the shoes open toe like this, it's difficult to get both shoes to be exactly alike. But for the most part, it's pretty much the same. So, you can see that I've cut all the way through the shoe. I'm going to press down so you can see. You see that? I've cut all the way through the shoe. Really easy to do. Now for this part of the shoe, I'm just going to trim it off any kind of way, basically, just so I can see what I'm doing on the inside of the shoe. So, and I'm going to work my way toward the edge of the shoe. So the first thing I want to do is just get some of this out of the way so I can see exactly what I'm doing. And with this part, you actually could use scissors to cut this if you wanted to. So I'm just going to take my scissors and snip it off. So this is what I'm left with. This I don't need, I can just toss it in the garbage. So now what I'm going to focus on, which I probably won't be able to do this on camera because I'm going to have to hold the shoe a little closer to me to do this because I don't want to cut myself, so I want to be really careful. So you can see, you want to follow pretty much the line of the shoe. So you can see where the line is here. I want to get rid of all of this up top. So I want to get rid of all of this. So basically what I'm going to do is take the box cutter again. And I'm going to focus mainly on the corners of the shoe. You want to press all the way down to make sure you get the corners all the way down. And you want to pretty much cut all of this out. Now, before I do that, because I'm going to add fabric on this shoe, I'm going to lift. Now, this is optional, this part of it. When I start trimming this, I want to make sure that I don't slice into this part of the shoe. The tongue, I mean, not the tongue, but the little insert of the shoe. So I pulled it back a little bit. And I'm going to hot glue it back down afterwards. But I don't want to slice that up because that part of the shoe will be seen. Pretty much, if you decide not to add fabric, this part of the shoe will be seen in the shoe. But if you decide to add fabric on it like I did, you don't have to worry about it. But if you decide not to add fabric, you want to make sure you pull this back so you won't be slicing into this part of the shoe. Since the shoe is a toe out, you will see that if you don't do that. So now what I'm going to do is just remove this all the way up to this line here. I'm going to remove all of this. So I'm just going to take my blade and just slice into the shoe. Yeah, I cut all of that off. And you want to kind of get this as smooth as possible. And it takes a little while to get it extremely smooth. Sometimes I use scissors, sometimes I use the blade, sometimes I use my emery board to smooth it out. So this is the reason why. This is what happens here if you don't pull this back you would have ripped that along with it. So that's why I suggest pulling this back off the shoe so you can put this on top of it and cover the damage that you actually done. So let's see. And I think I got pretty much all of that off that time. You can see that I got pretty much all that off. So I'm just going to take an emery board to kind of smooth this out a little bit on the edges of the shoe. Normally I wouldn't have to use the emery board to smooth this out, but I'm doing it because I'm going to add crystals on it. And if it's lumpy, the crystals won't lay flat. So that's why I'm actually doing this, taking the time to do this. I actually got this shoe done faster than the first shoe. The first shoe I had time trying to get it like I wanted. So next I'm just going to take my Sharpie and I'm going to lay it right here and do a dot on the shoe. And the reason why I did that is because I want to know where to stop the leopard fabric that I'm going to add on there. So I pull the tongue out of the shoe pretty much until I see the dot that I made. So I know just to lay the leopard fabric right across there. So this is the leopard fabric that I have. I'm just going to add it with hot glue gun. Well, I'm just going to use my hot glue gun and add it on to there. And I'm just going to start by just doing a line right where the dot is on the shoe. I'm just going to do a line across, straight across. And then I'm going to take it that way as well. And hopefully I won't burn myself with this hot glue. Normally, every time I use the hot glue gun, I burn myself some kind of way. So hopefully I won't do that this time. So yeah. So then I'm going to lift it up. And I'm going to put a bead of hot glue right around the edge of it. So now I'm going to take my scissors and just pretty much cut off the excess fabric. And I'm not going to cut it right to the very tip because I need a little bit of this left over to fold over the tip edge of the shoe. So I'm not going to cut it all the way off. Get a little closer. So hopefully you can see that. Like I said, I'm not going to cut it right to the very edge. I'm going to leave about, say, a ½ inch of fabric all the way around on the shoe. So now I'm going to put this back into the shoe and snip the side so I know pretty much where to cut the rest of that off. Rest of the fabric off it. So I'm just going to snip it. So I'm going to trim this close to the edge. Just this part at the top part of it. The bottom, the rest of it I'm not. I'm going to leave a ½ inch on there. And I'm going to do the same thing for this side. I'm going to cut that part off. Okay, so now I'm going to add some hot glue in here, and so this will stick back down to the shoe. And I'm just going to, doesn't have to be a lot, just a little, just to hold it down. And last, I'm going to add hot glue right to this very edge here. And fold this down on top of that area. And if you decide to do this, you don't have to be extremely neat with it on the edges if you're going to add crystals on it like I am. But if you're not going to add crystals on the edge of it, you want to try to get it as neat as you possibly can around the edges of the shoe. And like I said, if you want to get some that's actually the same color of the shoe, and you see how that's white, I'm just going to take this and cover it with the brown. And like I said, this won't be seen at all because I plan on rhinestoning and adding crystals on it. But I just don't want it to be white underneath, so I'm just going to take a little bit of t-shirt paint. And you don't need a thick layer of this. You want to apply it as thin as you possibly can. So hopefully you can see that, the edge of the shoe. Now the rest of the design of the shoe, I'm just going to add crystals and finish blinging the shoe out and design it the way I want. And I'm going to show you the final results at the end of this video. I just wanted to do that part of the video where I show you how I actually cut the toe out of my shoes, because I got asked that question and I promised I would do a video the next time I decide to do it. So this is the way that I actually did it. So I'm going to show you both shoes side by side. And like I said, I'm going to be adding crystals on it. And I'll do a close-up of the crystals when I show it to you. I'll do a close-up video of the shoes when I finish. This is the ending results of the Tweety shoes that I did for myself. I also added some letters here. You can see that I purchased off eBay, and it spells Tweety around the ankle strap. And the rest of the shoe I just lightly blinged out. I just dotted some crystal rhinestones on them. And I added the same image almost as on the handbag. I just did the face on these shoes. I didn't want the whole entire body. I wanted the Tweety to be seen really, really well. So I decided to just do a really, really big face with a cap on the side. And I really love the way that these came out. These shoes are really comfortable as well. So this is the ending results of the shoes. And I'm going to pick the shoe up and show you where I made them open toe at. So you can see a close-up of how I added crystals around the edge of them to cover up that. And they just look really, really neat now. So I really love these. I will say this once again, that I'm really not into doing cartoon characters. I get asked to do cartoon characters all the time, pretty much. and I have been doing them every now and then, but I really don't want to get so much into doing cartoon characters. I really want to be known for doing my own designs, so I'm gonna start doing my own designs as soon as I possibly can. I have some designs in my head I want to get out, so I'm gonna start doing that. But like I said, I love Tweety, so I always do Tweety items for myself because I can't find what I'm looking for in the store, so I decided to actually design it myself. So these are the shoes. Let me know what you think about them. I'm going to show you the handbag along with the wedge heel. So this is the shoes and the handbag together. As you can see, the shoes are pretty much almost the same color as the handbag. That's one of the reasons why I decided to like to bling them out. I decided not to bling them out all over because the color was so close to the handbag. So I decided to leave the fabric showing and just lightly bling the shoes out. So yeah, so that is basically it for this video. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you later, YouTube. Till then, take care.